Okay, are we back? I don't know what that was. I don't know how long I was down. I don't know a lot of things, apparently. Health of the stream. Excellent connection. Okay. Very strange. This is why we check frequently on when we're working with only one monitor. All right. So, I don't know how much we lost, but we're just going to keep on rolling. Peacemaker Star breaks down the vigilante bromance. Nope. Jerry Bruckheimer producing live-action Beyblade movie. Witcher could see a fan favorite joining for season 3. Halo producer explains decision to reveal Master Chief's face because she thinks that if we can see his face, then we can connect to him better. I think was the let's go into this. I'm pretty sure that's what she said though. Particularly that we'll see Master Chief remove is the word. Remove is that producer Kiki Wolfkill seems all too aware that fans don't like or won't like this, so went into detail on the official Halo website as to why. After explaining that the decision wasn't taken lightly, she said, with television series, you want to take you on John's journey and let you experience as a viewer his story and evolution from an external subjective viewpoint. For that, it felt important to see John outside of his armor. We have done this in the past in books and some of our extended storytelling, but this is by far the most visually rich example. So I mean, I can understand the argument, but that doesn't mean it's 100% holds water, because we did the first season of The Mandalorian. I mean, yes, technically we saw Mandalorian's face, but it wasn't necessary for us to connect to the character. Like, there is a fair argument to be made that you didn't ever have to remove Mandalorian's helmet. The only reason they did is because they were trying to get awards for their awesome show. So I feel like that's bogus. And then she continues. For us in the show, it felt critical to explore the human within the armor and present a deep set of character stories that gives the audience a different way to experience the Halo universe. I would be remiss if I didn't comment on the talent and commitment of Pablo Schreiber in bringing this version of Master Chief to life. There is no end to the respect with which he treated this role and inhabited the suit. We had a lot of conversations around what it meant for John to remove his helmet, and it was responsibility Pablo felt every bit as deeply as we do. So yeah, that's happening. All right, I think that's all we've got here. We try one more site, and then I think I'm gonna just give up on these technical issues and just go straight into the stream gaming side. Why did Omni-Man kill the Guardians of the Globe? If you watched this show, you would know. How many Jedi survived Order 66? I believe the count was like 2? Something. 5? Less than 10. I very well could be misremembering that, and I don't care to hear what We Got This Covered has to say about it. So, nothing. Nothing. Somebody dance. Oh, wow. So we'll get into this and then we'll move along. Amazing Jonathan apparently has died at the age of 63. Comedic magician Amazing Jonathan. So cult favorite stand-up magician known by his stage name, the Amazing Jonathan, John Edward Zealous, has died at the age of 63 from congestive heart failure. That sucks. Performer has had struggled with heart issues for 15 years since being diagnosed with cardiomyopathy in 2007. A documentary, The Amazing Jonathan documentary about the entertainer's health struggles and his return to the stage, was released by Hulu in 2019. And it was also reported erroneously before that documentary that he had already died, and I believe they reference it in that documentary. Because I saw like a trailer or something. I can't remember now. Anyway, Zealous was known in comedy circles and to a dedicated group of fans as a truly gifted and innovative performer who completely changed the rules for magic-based comedy. His brash personality, edgy subject matter, complete willingness to abandon so-called magician's code and betray exactly how a trick was performed to his audience earned Zealous the title of the Freddy Krueger of comedy. He was great. If you've never seen The Amazing Jonathan, we're not going to watch this, but if you've never seen Amazing Jonathan, you really, really should. Zella's wife and manager, Anastasia Sin, confirmed that the comedian passed shortly before midnight late Tuesday evening, according to TMZ. That is very sad. He'd been in hospice for some time, so it wasn't out of the blue. Multiple close calls over the years since his initial diagnosis. We've thought we lost him so many times that we never thought it would actually happen, Sin's assistant said. According to Las Vegas Review-Journal, Sin said, "The last thing I said to him was, 'I love you, honey. I'll be with you when you get up from your nap.' We were feeding him oranges and strawberries. He was so peaceful." He said, "Yay." He had the most pure and sweetest look on his face. That is super sad. That's the documentary. That's the trailer for it, I believe. Yeah, official trailer. Yeah, I remember watching Amazing Jonathan stuff on Comedy Central years ago. He was awesome. That is an unfortunate loss. And yeah, I think we're moving on. This is TV. Yeah, we'll touch their comic book coverage is usually garbage, so we can burn through it pretty quick. Oh, Hayao Miyazaki's graphic novel is getting an English translation. That's cool. So he's the Studio Ghibli guy. Graphic novel publisher First Second Books announced it has licensed the English distribution rights of Shuna's Journey, a one-volume manga written and illustrated by the legendary anime filmmaker Hayao Miyazaki. The imprint, distributed by Macmillan, plans to release the work's sole volume later this year with translations by Alex Duduk DeWitt. Shuna's Journey was an important expression of what would become recurring themes and imagery in Miyazaki's filmography. The titular hero is a young prince of an impoverished mountain valley that just so happens to resemble the young prince of the post-apocalyptic Valley of the Wind in the director's first film, Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind. The one-volume manga was originally published in 1983. Wow, that's a long time ago for it to not already be in English. In Tokuma, Shoten's Animage, wow, words, magazine, Miyazaki's original manga of Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind was serialized from 1982 to 1994 and made into a film in 1984. Visual and thematic similarities between the graphic novel and Miyazaki's early films run deep in the story inspired by Tibetan folklore, and the cover features a protagonist riding what looks like a red elk from Princess Mononoke. At first glance, it looks like a crossover of the two films. Princess Mononoke would be released over a decade later in 1997. Yeah, okay. That's cool. I tried watching Goro's first film the other day, and yeah, just we probably started a little too late because we fell asleep. But either way, Studio Ghibli rocks. Checking the health of the stream once again. I don't understand why. I don't know what's going on with the audio. It keeps saying that the stream is 0 bits, but I'm sending it 128 bits, so I don't get it. Whatever. Going to comicbook.com. We'll start in gaming. It's all going to be about Elden Ring. I'll tell you right now. Elden Ring player discovers blah, 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 blah. Mass Effect 4. Oh. Says about the potential release date. Dying Light 2 developer provides an update for fan favorite mode being added. Let's check that out. Cyberpunk 2077. Love tiny new detail. Fan favorite, an update on a fan favorite mode and when it will be added to the PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series. Game. Dying Light 2 is a long game full of content, but some players have already finished it and are wondering what's next. If Techland supports Dying Light 2 like it did the first game, players have years of both free and premium content to look forward to. That said, in the meantime, many players are wondering where New Game Plus mode is. For those who don't know, New Game Plus mode adds replayability to the game by allowing players to carry over their progression, stats, and inventory to a new game and save. In return, the game usually scales enemies and challenges to account for this, so it just gets harder. Game Plus mode is the fan favorite mode. I feel like that's grasping at straws there, comicbook.com. Octopath Traveler Champions of the Continent beta announced. Elden Ring, where to find sacred seals to use incantations. Fortnite X Marvel comic series announced. Legends of Runeterra. Berserk. Is this the Berserk I'm thinking of? Probably not. Huh. That is absolutely not what I was thinking of. Oh, what is this? NetherRealm Studios boss Ed Boon, creator of Mortal Kombat and Injustice, has teased the Chicago-based studio's next game. And it sounds like it's neither Mortal Kombat or Injustice, like various rumors have suggested in the past. In 2011, NetherRealm Studios released Mortal Kombat 9, which rebooted the series 2 years later. Gods Among Us, 2 years after from there. Mortal Kombat X. Injustice 2 was released in 2019. And in 2019, Injustice 2. Okay, or Mortal Kombat 11. Lord, I can read. For roughly a decade, NRS was releasing games every 2 years, alternating between Mortal Kombat and Injustice. The expectation was that in 2021, Injustice 3 would be released. This didn't happen. It's now 2022, and not only has the studio's next game not been released, but it's not even been revealed, which brings us to today when Ed Boon teased the studio's working on. According to Boon, quote, there is a reason, unquote, for the studio breaking its release pattern. To this end, Boon notes that when he and company announce their next game, it'll make a lot more sense. Right after this, Boon cuts himself off from saying anything further. I can say that for 10 years we were releasing Mortal Kombat Injustice, Mortal Kombat Injustice. When we broke that pattern, there were a lot of speculation what we would be doing next. I can tell you that there was a reason for it. And when we announce our next game, it'll make a lot more sense. At this point, I'll get into a lot of trouble if I say anything more. That doesn't say it's going to be neither. As you can see, there's nothing here that points to the studio is working on, but it'll make a lot more sense. Makes it sound like it won't just be another Mortal Kombat or Injustice game. Is it a DC versus Marvel? Nah, probably not. It's Mortal Kombat versus Injustice. It's going to be another MK versus DC. Or, even better, an action adventure a la Shaolin Monks. That would be great, but Lord only knows. Yeah, this is a little silly. All right, so let's continue right along. We'll hit a couple more of these, and then we'll jump over to the game. Fortnite adds X-Men, Gambit, and Rogue skins. Aww. Breath of the Wild 2 leaker reveals when next update is coming. That's rumor mill stuff. We can jump into that. Nintendo fans are desperate for some Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 information, and in particular for a release date. Unfortunately, for Nintendo Switch and Switch Lite and Nintendo Switch OLED users, there's still no update about Breath of the Wild 2, and according to a new report, this isn't changing anytime soon. The new report comes by the way of Account NG, prominent industry insider and leaker best known for leaking Star Wars Eclipse before its reveal, GTA Online updates, and various inside information on Harry Potter. Insider and leaker isn't known for Nintendo scoops, blah, blah, blah. Let's get to the actual thing. Okay, so isn't known for Nintendo scoops, but it's exactly what they have. Unfortunately, the report is only what is outlined above, which is to say, didn't say anything about Nintendo. Won't be getting an update on this game until June. Oh, Lord. Okay. Again, clickbait headlines suck. 5 tips for new Souls-like players. Free Prime gaming games. Halo Infinite mid-season update. Oh, yeah, this happened. This is part of the reason we're going to be playing a fair amount of Halo tonight. So first-person animations, including reloading and clamoring, now appear smoother at all frame rates. Following sound effects are louder in the audio mix for both multiplayer and campaign. Enemy throwing grenades. Needler Super Combine. Oh, I guess I did notice that the other night. Interesting. Player Ravager completing its charge. Multiple improvements to Quick Resume and Xbox Series X consoles. Quick Resume, that's single player. Reliability of reconnecting to Halo Infinite's multiplayer and customization services. Players who have purchased Halo Infinite's campaign digitally should also see less prompts to purchase campaign after using Quick Resume. That's good. Did not receive an achievement after completing its requirements. Should see it unlock. I didn't even realize that was a major issue. Improvements to Dolby Vision high dynamic range for the series consoles. Color accuracy improvements when playing on a PC with an AMD GPU. Stability improvements for Xbox One. Let's get into multiplayer. Improved cheat detection and other anti-cheat improvements. Good. It's not perfect because I still played. Oh, this might have been before the update, actually. Shortly before the update. I was definitely playing some SWAT against a guy who could see me through the walls. Sound effects for receiving damage as well as enemy footsteps and gunfire are now louder in the good. just significantly louder, if I remember from last night, because I was following a couple of guys from above just based on their footsteps. Combat sensors range has increased from 18 to 24 meters in big team battle. Added new telemetry to help our developers gather more information on shot registration issues. Read the development team's in-depth analysis of these issues. Yeah, that's the desync issues. After receiving a matchmaking ban, players can select the play button in any matchmaking playlist to see when their ban will end. The expiration time will be in month, day, year format. For more information on Halo Infinite bans and how to submit a ban appeal, which I thankfully haven't had an issue with this as much, but in Master Chief Collection, if the connection desynced and I got booted because my connection's fine. I'm hardwired to my modem, so I don't know how it happens, but it does happen from time to time. I usually get banned for 5 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes, and I can't play because their connection's balls. Anyway, the optimal polish initiated armor coating is now available for all players who have submitted a valid code and Halo waypoint. So if you want the shiny glitter armor, then you can now get it, because it wasn't in the game until just now. Players standing on destroyed vehicles will no longer experience stuttering or desyncs. That's good. Matchmaking playlists now reflect accurate estimate wait times. Yes, I did notice that last night. Post-game Carnage report will now reflect the correct winning team after online matches. That has been such an annoyance for me for no real reason, because I know if I won or lost, but like just dumb. Anyway, and then a couple of campaign things. Campaign save system, interactive items such as uncollected audio logs, blah 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 blah. Description of Forerunner artifacts now appears correctly when playing in a language other than English. And that is that. Elden Ring gets new update. It's a day one patch, eh? Why do you need patch notes for the day one patch? Nobody's played it other than reviewers without the day one patch. GTA Online update is full of bonus rewards and discounts. Reportedly in early talks to Xbox. We already talked about that. Lost Ark gives players another chance at free loot. Free-to-play Call of Duty Zombies game rumored. Let's check that out. More rumor mill. A new rumor has emerged suggesting that a new free-to-play Call of Duty game will be launching at some point in 2023. Earlier this week, it was reported that Activision plans to delay coming by way of this is Call of Duty leaker on Twitter. Merge stating the studio Treyarch is working on releasing a free-to-play Call of Duty game in 2023 that will be entirely centered around the franchise's Zombies game mode. I'm not a Call of Duty player, but that is the one game mode that I've been interested in playing, though I haven't. So I'm very interested in seeing what how that becomes a free-to-play game. Is that, do you get to be a zombie? Is that an option? That's kind of cool if it is. Further details on this rumor are quite sparse at the moment. But if this proved to be true, this would end up being the second major Call of Duty title behind Call of Duty Warzone to use the free-to-play model. Given the success of the Zombies game mode over the years as well, it seems likely this release would also be quite a big hit with fans. Cool. Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay. I think that's where we're going to be kicking over. I'm going to see if I can't tweak some things while we stay in stream. But yeah, this is bonkers. I don't understand why this is happening with the audio. Either way, if you are listening in post, then this is where the audio is going to end. So that being said, thank you very much, nerds, for joining me. Your regularly scheduled episode next week is going to be, it's going to be a weird week. So we very potentially are not going to get to the stream. I have Killswitch Engage, to be 100% honest. I'm going to see Killswitch Engage live. It's going to be with Light the Torch, which means Howard Jones and Jesse Leach are going to be on stage together. It's going to be fantastic. And yeah, all of that being said, I appreciate your faces. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for listening on whichever platform you are listening on, again, to those in post, or for just watching the VOD if that's what you're doing. Before we head out, nerds, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.